What compensation can I receive for the cancellation or delay of a flight in Canada? Last year was a rough year for Air Canada. Major airlines such as Canadian Airlines and Western Jet Airlines have experienced hundreds of flight delays and cancellations, and are also facing the highest number of passenger complaints in history. You may wonder, if your flight is delayed or cancelled, under what circumstances can you obtain compensation? If you're curious, let's take a look at the useful information shared by the Transportation Canada Authority, CTA, about the rights of Canadian passengers. What can passengers get in the event of delays and cancellations? According to the CTA, when an airline delays or cancels a flight, the rights that passengers may enjoy depend on the extent to which the airline controls the cause of the delay or cancellation. There are usually 3 different situations, each requiring a different compensation outcome. According to the CTA, issues considered to be within the control of the airline include staffing issues, the decision to merge flights due to low demand, and disruptions due to planned maintenance. If your flight is cancelled or delayed due to one of these reasons, CTA states that, where applicable, the airline must provide you with alternative flight arrangements or provide you with a refund and pay compensation for your inconvenience. CTA said that in all cases, if your flight is cancelled and your flight is delayed for 3 hours or more, you must provide free travel arrangements. They must also provide assistance to passengers in certain situations, such as when the passenger is notified of a delay or cancellation less than 12 hours before the original departure time, or when the passenger has been waiting for 2 hours or more after the original departure time. In this case, the airline must provide a reasonable amount of food and beverages free of charge, as well as obtain means of communication, such as Wi-Fi or prepaid phone cards. If the interruption of a flight means that passengers must wait overnight for the flight, the airline must provide free overnight accommodation, including transportation. However, when the problem is within the control of the airline, but for safety reasons, the airline does not need to provide compensation. For situations beyond the control of the airline, such as extreme weather or safety incidents, the airline does not need to provide any compensation to you, or even provide assistance such as food or overnight accommodation. However, in some cases, it must make other travel arrangements for passengers or issue refunds. How much compensation will Canadian Airlines provide? If the notice of delay or cancellation is given 14 days or less before departure, the airline must compensate the passengers. According to CTA regulations, large airlines must pay. If the passenger arrives at the destination 3 hours or more late, pay $400. If the passenger arrives at the destination 6 hours or more late, $700 will be paid. $1,000 if the passenger arrives at the destination 9 hours or more late. Small airlines must pay a lower amount, namely $125 if the passenger arrives at the destination 3 hours or more late. $250 if the passenger arrives at the destination 6 hours or more late. $500 if the passenger arrives at the destination 9 hours or more late. If a passenger chooses to refund their ticket without choosing another travel arrangement, the airline still has to compensate for the inconvenience caused to the passenger. Large airlines must pay $400 for this, while small airlines must pay $125. If you encounter problems during the flight, you need to first contact the airline in writing and explain the problem. If you are not satisfied with the response, or if the airline does not respond at all, you can contact the CTA and ask them to review your case. However, CTA is currently handling a long backlog of passenger complaints. On March 14, Transport Minister Omar Alghabra said that the number of recent complaints was 42,000. The minister announced an increase of $75.9 million over 3 years starting this year to help ensure that the CTA has sufficient resources to handle these complaints. I hope everyone's flights can travel smoothly. But just in case, you can keep this article in a collection so that you can know how to make a claim correctly when encountering unexpected situations.